Live.
You.
Back again. Episode 27.
27. Bang.
Is it 27 already?
Siete.
27.
Watchers Podcast. WATCHERZ Podcast. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you want to find us.
Still one person didn't wear it though.
I wore the shirt. Something about Jason.
Wait, what? Oh,
They
sorry.
got these shirts on.
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta rep you.
I mean, I'm probably gonna wear it when everybody doesn't, because I like no pods where everybody wear their shirt. You already know. I'm gonna wear mine where everybody don't wear theirs.
When you read the group chat during the week at least once, you'll see that we already put it in there.
Read the group chat.
Episode 27. I'm Tavon Tri-State Tip. Give the ladies and gentlemen your information.
Tiger Helly 19 on the IGZ, on the snaps, and the government is Jason Williams, my government on FB. I don't even know if anybody still says FB, but I just did, so you already know. Follow the stripes.
The
damage. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's Julian.
Julian Smith on Facebook, The Damaging on Instagram, and I have a MySpace. That I can't even remember the password.
It was maybe spitballing, bringing it back.
I've never had a MySpace.
You ever try logging into your MySpace again?
I can't remember the password.
Is it still around?
It came back out.
It's like a music thing or something. So I tried logging in a couple of years back.
It won't let you?
No, I did. I got recovered my password and everything, but it's totally different. I don't know I don't even know why they still got servers supporting that shit.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be like, was it AOL? Just been done and over with.
Yeah, but
Chill. My email's still AOL, so.
Yeah, mine's still Yahoo.
Yes, sir.
hey, Yahoo still a big thing. So
When I tell people there's Yahoo, they're like, "You use Yahoo? You don't use Gmail?"
AOL.
That's what I get from.
One.
Yeah, that's what I get when they.
If you still use
It's the original.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian.
Oh yeah, Smitty with 365 on Instagram.
And the boy Corey
J on Instagram. That's about it.
Not much happened this week,
It's a
but
light week.
Slow news week.
what you want to hit first?
Can we talk about this Tommy Fury beating up on Jake Paul?
All right, so let's start
with
with we can start with sports.
And we start with what happened today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I didn't watch it.
I didn't. I found out later.
Did anybody watch it? I could try to find some highlights real quick. See if I can pull it
watched
up.
the highlights.
You did
I
watch the
watch it.
highlights? Nah, wasn't it pay per view?
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, I ain't paying to watch the fight.
It's Tommy Fury, right?
Tommy Fury, Jake Paul.
It wasn't close.
Yeah, I watched.
Not even close.
I watched.
Damn.
How bad was it?
I heard he won by
Wasn't a split decision?
Split decision.
So
He was hitting with some power shots, and he didn't go down.
The only round he lost to me, Tommy Fury lost, was round 3, and then round 7 when he got knocked down. Other than that, he was just beating on. Like you could tell.
But the knockdown,
But him fighting the actual boxer, he got a long way to go.
Yeah, they got exposed.
Yeah, basically, even though Tommy Fury ain't no upper echelon.
Yeah, he not even looking at some of his opponents.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you can tell, like, he's a boxer.
Right.
Like, he was fighting all MMA fighters.
He was fighting celebrities and nobody that had real 100% boxing.
I'm glad it happened.
And then Fury was like he was getting punched by a real boxer. So.
Yeah, it was different for him.
And it's also, you know how to react in certain situations. You get razzle-dazzle, you know, give yourself time to recover. You know how to cover up certain things. A lot of these people that just swinging for the fences and close the eye, and then they get hit on the chin and just drop. But
I was noticing about Jake Paul, he don't turn his punches over when he swing. Well, he's still learning.
I think he's learning on the go.
I was looking at
doing amateur fights.
I was looking at that. I was like, I said, no wonder he ain't putting him down.
Who tagged him up?
He ain't turning his punches over. Huh?
Somebody tagged him up with a back elbow or a back fist a month or so ago. Did y'all see that clip online?
They said it's not
It was a
him.
spar match.
That wasn't him.
That's what they're saying.
It looked like him.
I think that's just somebody want that to happen to him. That wasn't him.
No,
Nah. Cause remember that cat didn't even have no tattoos. Don't Paul got a lot of tattoos?
I gotta relook. I don't know if he saw his arms or not, but that thing
Yeah, like
knocked
his
the highlighter. It knocked the highlight out his hair, boy. Whoever it
They're
was,
supposed to run him back because he had a rematch clause.
Oh yeah.
of course.
You know, this is good for him because now, much as we hate him, he's going to get paid even more just to probably see another Bill Show fight.
With him boxing, people gonna pay to see him get beat up.
Right.
It's bad just to really look at boxing just to seeing that a YouTube guy is one of the biggest draws. So this ain't a fault on Paul. This is more so on boxing itself.
Right?
Speaking of,
Not even necessarily boxing, just society. What people think is popular in there.
yeah, I think that's more it right there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can even fault this to boxing. Boxing, I think, is the easiest out of the disciplines to jump into.
Yep.
Because nobody gonna put in the time and effort to do whole mixed martial arts or something more dangerous, but like kickboxing or something like that.
All hands. It's all hands.
Yeah, people want to see the
Hands
people
and
that
footwork.
they following online either beat up or get beat up.
Yep.
One or the other. Man. You're right.
And yeah, I think Brian's spot on with that one. I did not know Mayweather had some amateur bout this weekend too. Did you ever see that?
He did.
Against some unknown name. I don't
That's
know.
new to me.
Some tall white dude.
Yeah,
they had
YouTuber.
a YouTuber.
Same outcome.
Thing.
Chalmers.
Well, it was just Chalmers.
Chalmers.
Yep. Yeah, it was just an exhibition, so nobody really won. But I didn't watch it again. But he's still making money.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to hate on Mayweather. He said, "Fuck it, they gonna pay me.
He gonna get
Yep.
the check.
Show
I
up.
just gotta show up."
That's all you gotta do is show up. Yep.
It's
Show up.
basically like a retirement tour for eyes up because he's boxing in places he ain't never boxed at before.
That one was in England.
Yeah, he
Okay.
never boxed over there.
I never knew he never boxed in England.
He only boxed in the U.S. He never went
As
over-
big as he is, he ain't
He
never
only
boxed.
fought-
Yeah, I remember back then, all the big fights they made him
Vegas.
stay here.
Yeah.
True.
And he only fought in Vegas, right?
Yeah, that was it. Mostly Vegas. He fought in Portland at one time.
Didn't he? I thought he fought Mosley in Madison Square.
No, that was in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Vegas?
Vegas
Okay.
was like his
It's cash
MGM
cow.
Grand. It was
He
his.
said, "I ain't traveling nowhere. Y'all coming to me."
Get that money.
I mean, guys got paid out of it. So.
Yeah.
And then they finally signed the fight for Tank and Garcia,
Yeah.
April 22nd.
April 22nd.
That's a fight worth watching.
Speaking of a fight worth watching,
Here I go. I don't condone none of this. I ain't never seen it.
so I don't watch the show, and somebody gonna have to correct me. I don't know if it's Housewives or
Nah,
it's
I'ma tell you
Real
now, I'ma
Love
tell you.
and Hip Hop. I don't know what the show is.
It's called Baddies. Something. My sister watches it.
So it was like a Bad Girls Club
yeah,
spinoff.
it's basically the girl Natalie Dunn.
Yeah.
She said made her own.
The
show.
Crimson Chin.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the Natalie chin.
All right, I gotta look these people.
She cute though.
I gotta look these people up because I have
She got
no idea
she got
who
a
they are.
distinguishable chin if you look at her. All right,
It's pointed down and looks like Goku. From
it's very
Dragon Ball.
it's,
said
it's
Goku?
very pronounced.
But yeah, this one because she was watching the other day. It's a few chicks on there. I was looking. I was like, damn.
Oh,
She is a
okay.
cute girl. She just got a Goku. chin.
It's a very pronounced chin.
I see.
It's on Zeus Network or something like that.
And apparently they had beef, and they was like, you know what? Instead of us just scuffling on the show, let's try to make some money off of it, and they turned it into a celebrity boxing match.
And it was entertaining.
What?
For my opinion.
I saw it. It was on YouTube. It was a little clip, probably like 5 minutes, about 8 minutes.
You know it's bad. They already got it. Like you can Google just her chin. That's bad.
It is pronounced.
That is her character like trait. If you had to like describe her, that's gonna be the first thing that comes to your
Sergeant
mind.
Slaughter chin.
Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with strong chin.
Ain't no,
But that's not a strong chin. That is like
a baby chin.
that
Quagmire.
yeah. That is quack.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Natalie.
What are you
You
saying?
still
What are you
cute.
saying on giggity giggity?
Yeah, and it doesn't take away. It does take away from a little bit, but it don't break her. It don't break her. She like
Turn them lights off.
yeah. You'll still on the right day.
Ain't no more on it.
I don't know.
Did she win or lose?
So she won.
Okay.
And it looked like
her
she
ass.
took it she took it seriously. She took the training. She was really in there, hands up, bomb, not just going like this.
She must have really wanted to put it on her, man.
And the other girl looked like she was just out partying and came back and tried to come into the ring.
She didn't think that Natalie was going to come
Be
in,
serious.
be ready. And Natalie came in there
and was tagging her up, and she did a couple of swings, but after that, she just like she kept running. She fell on the floor at one point, acting like she passed out.
They stopped
the fight, and I think that girl just finally was like, "Yeah, I can't do this.
I'm done."
And part of it is sports, fighting sports, and just things in general where it's competition is more exhausting than people realize. Fighting, standing there for 3 minutes or 5 minutes a pop, 3 minutes, 5 minutes a pop, trying to stay alive is a lot more exhausting than it is.
Or being kill mode, yeah. 100%.
Thinking you just gonna scuffle for a couple seconds and people are gonna break it up.
The training leading up to it,
right,
is nothing nice.
So I'm gonna give props to Natalie for
did you
sticking
see her,
with it.
Yo, you see her Twitter handle is even funnier. It's her caption of her punching Tommy in the head.
And the other lady's name is Tommy Lee. Again, I don't know their personal story or why they beefing or anything. It's probably some ignorance anyway.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the professionalism and deciding to do it in the ring and not just be like bit and start and ignorance on on some TV show for people to watch. So
does that show have Blueface's girlfriend on it too?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
They should get her next. They should get her
She was
next.
on the fight with the one girl.
They need to put Blueface in her.
That is a dude. That is a tough young boy. She is a rough young man. Chris Young, or however you say your name.
Man, I tagged that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
She be in there banging right with her.
Philly
Nikki
chicks.
Tupac, baby.
Philly chicks. She from Baltimore. She from Baltimore.
Yo,
but she give me a Philly chick vibe.
Have you seen
bad.
this morning? I happened to see her pictures before she met.
Oh yeah, she was.
She's like a track star and all.
Look great. Look great.
Got with Blueface. Sorry.
Then the Gap. Yeah, she looked great, but you could tell that's partying. That's just
hard living.
Wrong. Yeah, hard living. Exactly. That's the exact words right there. And just the way that she react to stuff, just like, what's wrong? Like,
wow,
chill out. Why you like this? And that's the mentality. A lot of black Philly chicks give me just like rough. It's just. Like, damn, who shot you?
Now she sound like a battle rapper, though.
That's exactly. And everybody coming back like Tupac. And then now they like Tupac after he got shot up in New York. And now they, fuck the set in the click you play and everything. Fuck the set. Like, damn, chill out, baby. After set, you dropped something.
So that fight was on the Mayweather card.
I think it was.
I just text my sister. Like,
I think it was. I think they were all on the same card. And I'm sure people pay. No. His was something different.
They was in Saudi Arabia.
But Zeus TV had Mayweather in that fight. And
I personally didn't even care for the Floyd fight. I was more just watching.
I didn't even know until
I just knew more about the Natalie Nunn fight. More so, if anything, the way
I saw a meme of the girl laid out, and that's when I googled everything and found out everything that happened. But I'm sure they made a little money off of that,
of course. And that's what it's about in the end of the day, anyway.
Yeah.
I think we should put all rappers in like these things, these boxing matches now.
It's gonna be hard. Not a lot of people gonna sign up for that. The ones that gonna sign up for it are the young kids that ain't really got much going.
Ghostface in there, man. You think it's funny, man? What do you had ticket all shook
because you wouldn't put somebody that got something to lose in that. You'll put like I don't know these new kids, but the one hit wonders that are.
They're gonna put Gunner in there with the fish.
I'm trying to think of what's the kid's name who everybody been making fun of. He been in a lot of like Drake videos at his house.
Oh, YK
Osiris. Like you put him in there or something like that. But you wouldn't put Drake in there because what would you do? Drake versus Pusha T?
Yep.
His reputation won't be able to handle it.
Is it like somebody gonna be done? You done. You can't say nothing else. That's right.
No, it's done after that.
So not a lot of people would sign up for that.
Just wishful thinking.
Push to. Never mind. I ain't gonna talk.
Oh,
about
see, yeah,
Wing,
but
wing.
Drake is your boy, so you kind of, you kind of
biased.
I know, but no.
You think Drake gonna be Pusha T?
But if we gonna talk biases, if Drake wore what Pusha T had on at that little
At the
fashion
little
show,
thing, yeah.
we'd have never heard the end of it. But since it was Push, we want to talk about it. Like
I clowned him.
that man had a purse with him.
Did he have? When he
I
wearing
didn't
a,
see.
Not that
I
nothing
didn't
wrong with
see
a
it.
purse.
when he
I
wearing a
didn't see it.
skirt though?
Huh?
When he wearing like a
I think
skirt
he
or
was
something?
sitting
No,
next
it was
to. He
some
was
shorts. It was some shorts.
He was sitting next to.
He was sitting next to some craziness. No, it wasn't some. It was
What's the boy name that be wild? He a little. Well, he is. Old
No.
Town Road.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
no.
next. It was
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas
Lil
X.
Nas X. and
So it was something. It was Lil Nas X, him, and somebody else. They were all at some event. It was something like
It was probably that
fashion
Clive Davis
fashion
little
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean,
they had Jonathan Majors out here with that flamingo thing,
Mm-hmm.
looking a little
Well,
suspect.
We were
But
talking about him too.
but the thing, and
So
that's, but that's the thing though. Jonathan Majors thing. People didn't know what they're looking at. It was a straight cosplay off of
it was anime from Flamingo. This got character
Yeah, it's a
name.
character
Yeah.
From
anime,
One Piece.
So
But
A lot of people didn't know that.
there is a thing now going online where people are saying there is a emasculation of men happening, and one of the sources that they're using is that ASAP Rocky photo with Rihanna,
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
as well as the Jonathan Majors thing.
Mm-hmm.
Certain other, they even picked the old one with Will Smith sitting with Jada at some award show
I
years
saw that
ago.
one, man. You know
But-
what's funny? Prince probably would have killed that shit. And
I mean, it's up to y'all if y'all want to talk about this or not.
No.
I'm not in the mind state of saying what's right or what's wrong in life. How you feel about who you choose to love and how you choose to represent your life is your business. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to get.
right.
I think I'm gonna leave it there.
I feel as though as long as you ain't hurting nobody or yourself,
Yeah.
then be who you are.
Yeah.
I could care less. Whatever. Wash your damn hands.
Because at the
Wash your hands.
Nah, I don't care. I don't care, man. It is what it is.
I mean-
at this point,
I mean, they complain about it, but it don't
I
matter.
can say
Race.
whatever now. Just
I think it all-
You know
all
what?
of it-
I'm okay. I'm okay with ASAP Rocky looking like that.
Did
Honestly.
you see the one with Sam Smith?
I didn't see a problem.
So,
with the,
so
I have a
with,
problem
with
with
the
it all.
picture.
Sam. Okay,
They wilding about that one.
Sam Smith looked crazy in one of these pictures one day. He had a big puffy thing where, but what I respect about Sam Smith is, I think he's living who he is, and he's not doing it. Sam Smith can sing.
Of course.
So this is where I differ, and I don't want to be controversial. Lil Nas X, I think, does this extra flamboyant stuff for attention because he lacks it artistically. He has the Old Town Road song,
That's about Jordan though.
and it was a hit. It was a hit. I can't deny that.
And
But
he also got that song with him and Harlow
Panini
Yeah,
was
that's
hot.
that everybody uses for all the
How it go?
TikTok lines. That this one is for the champions.
okay, I'll give him that. But I think he's not artistically as great as Sam Smith because Sam Smith's voice is going to help Sam Smith's career, not him doing this extra stuff. If Sam Smith didn't have to do none of this extra stuff, he was still going to be
You don't gotta-
Sam Smith.
You don't gotta look at him on the
It's
radio.
really started.
This dude, Lil Nas X, I feel like needs to do this stuff and then put out a song. Like it further bolsters his persona, but it doesn't. He doesn't have it vocally because he's like a rapper. I don't know what it is, but he's not at the level of Sam Smith's singing ability. So he does this extra stuff like in the music videos to get extra attention and make sure people are talking about him because artistically he don't have it like that.
And as long as you are being spoken about in that kind of
And that's my argument for at least Lil Nas X. I think he does all the little extra stuff for attention, but
again, like
They all
like
do.
saying like we disagree with
Lizzo,
how they live.
Lizzo, does all this extra shit for
Like
attention.
how they living, and we disagree with it or agree with it. I don't think we're gonna see a deduction in our paychecks because of it. So it don't really matter.
Why is she at the Lakers game with her ass out?
Then go.
Being herself.
Yeah,
Is that being herself?
Nah, but
Or is that saying, oh,
It's to be talked about.
To me, she trying.
she's doing too much sometimes.
Uplift the.
I wouldn't say.
but you don't have to do it with your ass
hey.
out. You don't have to do it with your ass out.
I mean,
Be who you want to be.
Lizzo annoys me sometimes, but she be having some bops, so I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
She be having some bops.
Yeah, she did.
She got 2 songs.
Oh,
She got more.
she got more than that.
She got a good solid 4.
4?
About
She
4
got
or
that
5.
first song she came out with now. She got 2 on the radio.
Oh.
2 right now. She had another single from off that last.
I only know 2 Lizzo songs.
I don't
I'm sorry.
know any Lizzo song.
She doing
I know the
great.
first song she came out with, and maybe another one because she had a feature on it or something.
No,
like
you
that.
know Lizzo songs the problem because everybody been, especially when we used to be down at Rooney's, they used to run that first song she had.
That first song, yes.
What is
That
that?
one,
How it go?
and then got the DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. You heard
The
it
first song I've-
Cap, when we play, you'll be oh that shit.
Yeah.
That's the only way you got to do it because I don't remember.
Yeah, they
The
used to
first
play
song,
shit out
the
of it.
first song.
Like her songs can play, you won't know it's her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Okay, that's
But
what it
you
is.
know who else is like that too? I seen online. A lot of people don't know who Harry Styles is, but I'm like,
Facts.
if you've been outside your house in the last 2 years,
You heard all
you've
his
heard his songs. You've been in
Yeah.
the store, heard his songs.
He putting
if
in
you
work.
listen to the radio
He's
for a half hour,
he's in a weird group for me where he doesn't have the face.
he got
Like,
some bops though. He got
Yeah, his songs has been out, but his face
You
hasn't
know
been
what it
out.
is?
But his face has been out.
Don't worry,
He
he'll
has
be
a-
Superman.
he has
But-
a very
It didn't put it together.
he has a very ordinary look to me.
Maybe
He has an ordinary look that's like if I seen him on the streets, I wouldn't remember who he was.
because he did all
But
right.
he's famous.
He had that movie with the sister for Black Widow.
Don't worry, darling.
Don't worry, darling. And he did all right in it. And
How was
He was
that?
in the Eternals too.
it was a weird movie. I give
That's
it
why
like
he is Star Fox.
like a
Superman.
6'9", 6'8".
I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah, it's nothing you missed.
Yeah.
You probably just want to watch it to see how it turned out. But
Only
it
reason why I
was a
didn't-
little disappointing.
only reason why I didn't watch it is because I know Shia LaBeouf was supposed to have been in the movie.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see what he did with something
He was
like
supposed
that.
to be his character, actually.
Oh, that's the one that what's her name took him off.
Every month. Mm-hmm.
Shy to come out and say, "Hold up,
I ain't get fired.
I ain't fired. I won't.
Quit. You can't fire me. I quit.
Yo, did he do a Dave Chappelle and kick the trash can when he left the meeting?
But I've been turned off by music lately. Like I don't even bother listening to it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And when I'm at the gym or something, I'm definitely listening to a lot of older music. I have my niche of new people that I listen, and honestly, they're not even new people. I'll listen to 21 Savage, new stuff. I'll listen if Drake come out with something. It's certain people that gotta, huh?
They consider old now.
I know, and that's how old I feel like I know, because they feel like they still new to me.
Right.
Well,
Not Drake, but at least 21 Savage. But there are newer songs I'll listen to. Key Glock, certain, or even the new rappers that are old to me is Griselda, but they're all old, but they're new. So it's still a kind of old feeling vibe to me.
Yo, her law still spins though.
Who?
Her law still spins. That
Does
thing
it?
still spin. Yeah,
It does.
That thing still spin. Man.
He's supposed to be retiring or something.
Well, nah,
Remember
he-
back in the day,
no,
he
what
said
he-
something.
what
He
he-
gonna be
nah,
done
he-
at 35.
Yeah, he no, what he said in he was talking on an interview. He was saying that he's began to think about his graceful exit. Like he doesn't want to
Nah, dog, don't do it.
be
One of these old rappers.
But he said
No rapper retired.
No, but he said he not. He said it's not right now. But he's in that mode of starting to think about.
But years ago, he gave a number.
Yeah, he did.
Was it 35?
I think it was
They all
35.
It was
say
35?
that shit.
I think 35.
Like you said, no rapper really retires.
Man, no rapper retires, man.
I think some do retire.
He just takes a break.
What's up, RZA?
He still raps though.
I don't.
He be out there.
Nah, you know what rapper did retire? Joe retired. Yeah, that dude ain't
Who?
Joe
Joe who?
Joe Budden.
Yeah. Pump it up.
I mean, he did legit retire though. He retired, and they
I remember what you.
They want him to do stuff, and he refuses to do anything.
It's either you retire or
But
you're
that was a couple of years because he was with the group.
Is it because he won't respond back to Eminem? That's why people. That's why I keep telling people he don't want to make music.
He was supposed to do something with that group. Slaughterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then they beefed.
And then they broke up, and then
And it was over. Yeah.
And I like Joel Ortiz.
Yeah,
I
he
like
was
that
good.
whole squad.
He was good.
That whole
They had a
was
good squad. They had a good squad.
And Royce was that dude too, man.
I mean, M still ain't respond to a game, but hey.
Does he really have to though? I mean,
If you respond to,
I think Game's record sales proved that he didn't have to.
Nah, that don't got nothing. Well, MGK's record sales wasn't that, but he had enough time to write one to M. That's all I'm saying. All the people I watched M go back out. Game's going to be the one that he never had a response for.
What Game say about him?
He had that diss track on.
Who
it wasn't the greatest.
that?
It wasn't the greatest.
Like a couple years ago?
No, that album from last year.
Last year, right? Okay.
Yeah, the joint with the 57 songs on it.
And I don't think you could take Game seriously.
Yeah,
though.
he wanted for attention.
Yeah.
It felt like it felt like attention.
Eminem
Why do it now?
Eminem
Why do it
a lot of
now?
stuff for attention.
But why do it now?
That ain't a cop out. You had a response for MGK. You've had a response for everybody your entire career.
No,
Don't
that's
hop
not
out on
necessarily
Game.
everybody.
He let
rappers do it though.
He let Fat Joe go.
All rappers do it though. They don't respond to every diss.
Yeah.
He let Fat Joe go.
What I say is the knock on
Remember
M,
Jada Kiss and all them's going at 50 Cent? He let all them go.
Yeah, he ain't even jump in none of that.
He let 50 Cent ride on that.
When have we ever heard anybody have a diss directed straight to M, and M didn't have nothing to say about it? And then my thing isn't even whether the thing is you can't get past the fact that Game can spit.
But why is Game doing it now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right,
He felt like hey, I want to say something about M. I feel like I'm better than him now.
So basically, what you
Or he
said
trying to
is
get
right.
album
He trying
sales.
to
So
get-
me,
yeah, he trying to get attention.
it was like nah.
That's what Eminem's whole career was.
But then he was like nah.
You talking about Christina Aguilera? What was that?
Regardless.
You talking about Moby? That's attention. You talking about Lana Del Rey? That's
Regardless.
attention. You talking about Fred Durst? That's attention.
Number one.
But what I'm saying is
still number one on the list.
Yep.
Regardless of a game response or not.
Yeah.
number one on what list?
Dissing, battle,
Records sold.
it's still gonna be Eminem.
Yep.
You know how
He even had hit
Hall of Fame before a lot of people.
Regardless, even if he don't respond to game, it's still one person that's gonna be number one on most people. The list, like, hey, you don't want to go.
You know what? I think
it's gonna be Eminem.
Yep.
I think M will respond on.
It's too late.
I think he
I
just
think
said,
he
you know
will.
what? He don't deserve my attention.
But that's what I'm always gonna say though. That's always been my knock. I said this
think
dude
he'll
ain't never.
respond.
But that
This
was
dude
one.
ain't-
That was one time last year. What about the rest of the 20-year career? How many career he
But
was?
who has he
a lot of
went?
rappers.
This is my point. Game is probably besides cannabis. Outside of cannabis, name me one other rapper similar to Eminem's level or lyrical enough to go against him that had a battle with him.
Is there
Against
anybody-
who? Against who? Against Eminem?
Against Eminem.
There isn't.
We got
That
Ja
was the
Rule,
fault.
who-
That was
Ja
the
Rule.
fault of the other people not
Right.
realizing how good he was.
people that- the people
Nobody
that
question
got
how good
enough
Eminem
sense
was.
don't do it.
Nobody ever question how good Eminem was. Nobody. But what I'm saying is, you got a spitter. You have a spitter.
Game ain't
spitting
like
at you.
that. Game is
We're gonna
good.
move on to the next.
Game is
Game
good.
is an elite lyricist.
No.
Game. You know how Game
Game
played
will
himself?
tell you he is elite lyricist.
You know how Game played himself. The Game on his LAX album got songs dissing G Unit and 50 Cent and all that, but when he was on 106 in Park, he big up them and said he hoped their records sell. I don't understand the logic of that.
Game is good.
But what does that have to do with a beef with M and M not answering it?
But why is he beefing with him now?
Why was MGK beefing with him? Why was he beefing with Christina Aguilera? Why was he talking about Britney Spears? Why? It's all attention. But what I'm saying is, if you got time for MGK, you should have time for the game. That's all I'm saying.
So if
and
he,
you know,
So he needed
dissed him-
attention at
hold
that
on.
time?
So if he dissed him and it was better than the Game song, would you give him his credit?
So if he does come out with one and it's better,
I just said the games. I just said games. This wasn't even that good.
I'm just saying,
Nah, he did say that.
I don't think
No,
he said
no, that's not what we said. That's
but
not the
if
question I asked.
Eminem responds, if Eminem responds, will you let it go and say Eminem got it?
Yeah, if he responds, but he's not.
Okay.
If it was better than Game's diss, I'm not mad. Just like I said, Eminem's disses against Ja Rule were better than Ja Rule's disses.
It's going to happen. I imagine it's just going to happen on.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Marshall took his ball and he went home. That's what happened.
So
Next.
if he drops the album, he's still gonna sell more than Game without you saying nothing about
Exactly.
it. So it's not even gonna matter.
And if he does drop an album,
But as Eminem,
say a year or two ago,
This is the same
a year or two from
argument
now.
with Drake and Pusha T. It's the same argument. Everybody will take Drake's side. Everybody gonna take
Everybody took Push side because they wanted to see Drake lose.
Pusha T,
Everybody want to see Eminem lose.
Pusha T just hit that boy with the spirit bomb.
Next, you're not about to do this today. Next,
All I'm saying is,
I told everybody you had a kid when you had a kid. That was a whole punchline, baby.
hey, no. That boy sick. That shit had me.
That was the one. The kid part wasn't it. The kid part wasn't it.
What was clever about 6'6"? Your boy 6'6". We all knew he had MS. Like, what's clever about that?
The fact that he made fun of it.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it.
I didn't know either.
Nobody knew that 40 had MS.
I don't know.
Drake talked about that shit since the first.
I don't pay attention to his crew like that.
I don't either. That's
I don't listen. I don't listen to Drake.
So we hype because motherfucker got MS.
He got him though. All right, that's all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I mean, until Drake responds, I'm gonna push.
It's the same thing. Y'all same predicament.
But that's not the same.
It is the same thing. It's the same thing.
How was it the same?
He did respond though. It's not the same thing. He did respond.
What's the name already said something? That was the response to Drake.
No, he said, "No, we gotta fight. We gotta fight."
He did multiple songs.
He did the song already. Y'all talking about Eminem has never dissed Game.
It's
so
the
that's
same.
never happened.
It's the
not
same predicament.
How was it the same?
We need to fight. We
already
need
had a song out.
Fight back. Fight back.
They exchanged songs. What are we talking about? Eminem has not exchanged a song with Game. So how is it the same thing?
It's because Eminem don't need to. It's because Eminem don't need to.
Drake had to respond. Eminem don't need to.
Everybody knows.
Drake had to respond. How did Drake have to respond?
Because nobody knows the level of Drake's capability. Everybody knows Eminem's capability.
And that's why they.
No, it didn't. And that's and Drake is still good.
It affected him.
How did it affect him? He's still doing what he's doing.
Pusha T went and had to cancel half his tour because
Nobody talks
wanted to
about
go.
Pusha T.
Nobody talk. No, they only talk about talk about Drake. You gotta talk about Pusha T.
I tell you what, though, I bet
You gotta talk about
That's why I say
Drake.
there's a whole difference.
Drake won't say Pusha T in a song. I tell you that much. He won't do that shit again.
He won't go directly at
He
him.
won't do that shit again.
Y'all making it seem like he did him like how Eminem
Won't do that shit again.
He told me
They switch genres.
after.
All right, I'll end this one.
It won't be direct hits.
Bottom line is,
He has had direct hits at Push.
He don't need. Keep that man name out your mouth.
Push has said himself he's not responding to anything else Drake says because he could tell that man's hurt. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So-
It was personal.
but I thought we just said that Drake hasn't said nothing about him. He did. He has said stuff about him since then. He's been trying to egg him back into the battle, and Push is like, I'm not coming back in the battle.
No, he was like,
All right, so when we off the show,
they told me to leave it alone. Jake Prince told me to leave it alone.
he dissed him on Scorpion.
And
He dissed him on Her
it's
Loss.
nothing that he did. It's nothing that Drake did since then
bottom line,
that came back.
The bottom line is both of them.
So he just needs to. They both let it go.
At the end of the day,
both of them got to say something. If not, then
At the end of the day,
He caught the plea. You can't say.
We moving
Jay
on to the
Prince
next. We
said
moving on
this,
to the next.
Somebody told me not to say nothing, then go and say something. Come on.
but that was years ago. He said stuff since then, though.
I want a song.
I mean,
Give me a 2-minute track.
my thing is,
No.
you got to listen to Drake's music to know what he say. You can't not listen to his music. And
I don't
say,
want
I'm
to.
not saying nothing about him.
No,
I don't want nothing subliminal.
exactly.
I don't want to have to figure it out.
I don't want to have to be Nicholas
Push
That's
Cage.
how it was back in the
But
day.
No,
W Freestyle, he never says push his name. All that subliminal and
I
everything.
don't. Look, a national treasure is with Nicolas Cage. I don't need to have to go and figure out clues and put 3 things together to figure out this is about Pusha T.
Right.
This wasn't even on the topic.
Can't burn them bridges,
And I personally like that kind of rap. I like when I'm like, oh shit.
I need to know who you talking about.
All right, yeah.
I do too.
Name the song Pusha T.
I don't need my rap to be baby food for me, but hey, that's it.
Well, let's go on to the next.
That's a ghostwriter diss anyway.
Let's go on to the next
That's
topic.
it.
He says baby food.
I mean, my favorite rapper, Hove, so that dude gave you subliminals for years. So.
And we know what happened to him too when he did that. Trying to use people's names too.
Let's go to the next topic.
I don't sign an artist of Nas's caliber. I partner with him. Why was that?
Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you.
Shout out to rap music.
I say all that to say M has still not come back.
You can't just let it go, huh? You had to get the last word, huh?
I had to put it in there.
Had to get the last word. That stung.
Go ahead.
So how do we get from
That
sports
stung
to
you,
this?
man. That stung you. Talking about
Did
Drake
you hear me
stings
say
you.
that? Like, this wasn't on the
I said
list.
talking about Drake stings you, man.
No, it don't bother me.
It do. This is the hypest you've ever been on any of these podcasts.
Yeah, it has. Just go ahead. Next topic. Next topic. Just go ahead. Next topic.
I'm just talking about how
Look.
It's the only time. It's the only
we
time.
started with M though. We started with M. People brought up Drake.
All right.
We started with M and people brought up Drake.
Can we hit the next topic?
I don't even know where we are. What the fuck was we on? What the fuck show is this right now?
The Jason Lowe Drake show.
What the fuck are we doing?
All right.
Don't ever talk about Drake.
We did the Boston.
My point was about M, but I guess we're gonna think about Drake.
Whatever you want.
I don't know. Was we on sports? I don't know.
Yeah, we were still on sports.
That's no point for
Was
us.
anything else? Look. I'll get it.
Where we at? What up, Jon Jones?
We're sensitive.
Next week. Let it go.
I'm sorry. Good night.
Next
I'm
week.
sorry.
Next week. Jon Jones returns. UFC 285.
285.
Nobody say throw that Eminem on.
I told you. That boy was
M though.
stung. You were stung, boy.
We're not gonna turn this into a Drake
we don't-
Eminem.
Drake wasn't in the conversation. M was, but hey.
But why are we bringing up Eminem anyway?
Again. He just said Jon Jones. He said Eminem.
Let it go.
The candy or
I don't even know why Eminem came up. I don't even remember why Eminem came up. But right now we're talking about Jon
off
Jones
topic.
coming back.
Hey,
Predictions.
I ain't watching Jon Jones.
Cyril Gane, Jon Jones,
so hot.
Fuck Jon Jones. I hope he
UFC
lose.
heavyweight championship predictions.
Fuck Jon Jones. I hope he
Gee,
Is it a championship fight?
championship fight.
I didn't know that. I thought he had to fight another. Oh, that's right. Because
No,
Nagano's
because
gone. That's right.
Nagano left. And
Yep.
Took his ball and ran home. That's what he did.
Hey,
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Ran home.
I wouldn't necessarily
see, we're gonna
say
compare that to Eminem
I
now.
don't
I'm glad you weren't drinking nothing.
How we gonna compare that to Eminem?
Hey man, I guess I just got a passion for it.
Obviously.
A passion
Obviously.
Yeah, be passionate about
Yeah,
it.
passionate about Drake.
Obviously.
Predictions.
Don't touch his.
Jones
Don't
by
touch his man.
decision.
Say it one more time, Julie.
Jones by decision.
All right.
Yeah, I'm taking Jones too.
Decision. Win. Decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a submission. It really
He
knockout.
might have to go
See how
5.
big he is?
Yeah.
But this is his first fight in how long? He fought when? 2 years
listen,
ago?
Tavon, you gotta
3
listen.
years.
I'm just asking.
Listen, this is the same nigga that was on coke, beating up on people with no problem.
But you can't. feel
Chris
no
Brown
way.
was doing the same thing. Okay.
You can't feel no way.
I'm throwing everything in the music.
Blueface doing the same thing too.
Hey,
Huh?
but Christian, tough chick.
How long
He a
has
tough
it been
chick.
since he fought?
Huh?
How long has it been since he
I
fought?
think it's been 2 years.
I think 2 or 3 years.
So if he get
Three? Damn.
I think it's maybe 2 or 3. It's been a minute.
3? Okay.
so if he
fought
get
right
hard,
before COVID.
if he get hit hard by somebody with conviction, he might go to sleep.
So this Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane lost to Nagano, right? Do y'all believe Ngannou would have lost to Jones, right?
No.
No?
Oh no!
I don't know. This is one of them things where if John has not been hit by somebody who
Ngannou hitting Jones, I would like to see.
if
I don't know if it would happen, but
gotta lay
I
hands
would,
on him
I
and
would
touch
like
him.
to see it. I would like to see how he react.
If it's the same amount of layoff, I think he'd knock him out because it's a different kind of beast to be in there fighting somebody that's trying to knock you out, opposed to somebody that's just trying to train you. Because we saw that shit happen to Jose Aldo. Soon as Conor McGregor tapped
I think
him,
that was a
he went
luck
to sleep.
hit, though. I feel like that was a luck hit.
But if you're training, you're fighting, you're active, your face is used to that. You know, you're used to getting that hit. And he had been out for so long.
I do think
and he couldn't have that contact. So once he started getting contact, it was over for him.
I do think he'll be good wrestling Cyril. I don't know what Cyril's background is. I know he be kicking from time to time.
I have no idea who he is.
Yeah,
I know he's French. I think he's like a kickboxer.
He's a wrestler, but he said something. I think he was kind of like trolling Jones. He said that I don't even train for the fight until I find out who I'm fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was saying that to like goad him into it or whatever it is. But
We'll see. I think I'm gonna go with Jones as well. Decision.
But my whole question is,
He's smart.
where does Jones go after this? Because the heavyweight division ain't really all that stacked.
Stipe punk ass.
Stipe.
After him and Stipe, then
And then
left?
maybe you do the dual championship.
Who is a lightweight champion?
The boy. Well, now he had to get the belt up because he got hurt, tore his knees up. The one that beat Teixeira.
Okay.
They'll put him to sleep.
If anything, Jon Jones did that company a favor giving that lightweight belt up. 'Cause he still would have had it.
It didn't. Bring
What's the they keep talking trash? They might have to just go ahead and let them drop down.
Who?
Him and Izzy.
That's not gonna work.
They'd have to meet. They'd have to meet somewhere from that.
But Jon Jones still gonna come in fight day looking big as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a Coke Jones beating Izzy and have that roster.
Yeah, that's
Coke Jones ran through that whole roster.
That's gonna be tough to do.
That's scary. That's like LT on Coke sacking people. Imagine him without Coke. What do you do?
I say if he does win, he'll get a couple fight. He'll get who's up in the top 5. Is that two of us?
Nah, he got it. Somebody knocked him out like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
he got strapped.
Derek Lewis got beat not too long ago.
This
So
is
he's not in the
his
mix.
third loss.
So he gonna be out the
knockout.
door.
Damn.
Derek Lewis done. He just here to just bring people to the fights.
Yep, and just say something funny on the microphone, and that's it.
I don't know. I guess it's some of these new cats.
I don't know who none of them are. I'd have to Google their roster.
I'll say Jon Jones probably gonna retire undefeated.
The UFC has been uninteresting for like 10 years.
Yeah, like how do you get excited when
I can't.
you don't know what's coming up and you're just like,
I just want to see if he gets if he can get the W.
Cause at least before you used to be able to look forward, like,
It's really they're gonna end up having to
Mhm.
pay Ngannou. They're gonna have to pay Ngannou to come back and fight.
I just don't think they're gonna give in to the demands that he wants.
I think that's probably what's gonna happen.
They better.
Or at least going to ante up on the money.
I mean,
make it soften the blow.
Probably the only biggest heavyweight.
Maybe he did it right. Maybe he did it right.
I don't trust the UFC with their decision making though. That's what I'm saying.
Because
I'm riding with
UFC,
Ngannou
why
on
are you
this
taking all the black souls in this?
if
He took my man with the dreads. Now
you notice though about the UFC when it
Get
comes
out.
to somebody about to leave, they always throw a whole boatload of money at them so they can stop thinking about like unionizing and all the other stuff that the other companies are giving their fighters. They throw a whole bunch of money at them so they can stop talking about that.
To get off topic real quick, Jason just says Mortal Kombat.
told you, you
Mortal
could've said
Kombat. Mortal Kombat. The original Get Out.
Yo, he took all the black souls. I'm just saying.
They in there in the sunken place waiting to get out.
Cause look, did you notice? Sonya beat Kano, but Kano's soul didn't get taken.
Yeah, just to get out.
I wonder why.
And they want the black souls to try to live their life. They want to learn how to shoot, dunk. Oh, the Shang Tsung can't dunk. My bad. You was talking about some real stuff. What were you saying?
Twice. Y'all did that today?
You was talking about
Off the record,
throwing the
off the
money at the
topic.
people.
Oh my God, that one brought tears in my eyes. He said it's the original Get Out.
Throwing the people money so they stop trying to.
Yeah. I think that's what they do. I think the UFC flashes a bunch of money at people, and then they start thinking about, okay, I got to pay this amount for my camp. I want to do this with my life. I want to be able to.
But are they wrong for that? Are they wrong for that?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Every
though.
job does that.
Yeah, everybody gonna do that. Anybody, any occupation.
But you also got to look at it like some of them guys are
NBA
thinking
players.
but those guys got a union. The NBA got a union.
Well,
they get taken care of.
That's when
The UFC ain't taking care of their guys.
But
outside
UFC
that cage.
notoriously are underpaid fighters,
That's the point I'm making.
and that's why when the chance come, you got to take care of yourself.
So when they start talking about unionizing and wanting healthcare and stuff like that, no, don't do that. We'll just send you $12 million for this fight, and we'll get you to stop talking about that. Like they do that a lot.
Right.
And I think that's where he's mad at the Paul brother, because he's like, yeah, we're offering you guys that money, but we're going to also make sure that you guys are taken care of after the fact, because a lot of those guys that left the UFC, they always talk about how they don't take care of them medically. They only take care of the top guys. Like they took care of Chuck Liddell after all them knockouts. Night. Rich Franklin. Like they made sure they took care of all those guys, but some of them lower tier guys, they weren't getting taken care of, and a lot of them had to stop fighting because they couldn't afford to pay for their camps no more.
And don't they after the fight have to go to like
medical?
Post medical.
You got to go to medical, and then if you don't have the money for that surgery, or you go get the surgery, you're gonna be paying paying to have that surgery, pay for it. Yeah, so you don't have to keep having to owe them on top of continuing to have to pay your camp.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna be like Mike Perry and just have your girlfriend train you.
I don't know what the solution is. It's gonna have to come down to
they got to meet in the middle. They got to meet in the middle.
They're gonna have to sacrifice money.
Yep. They got to meet in the middle and pay people a fair amount of money, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that's getting in that cage.
Yeah. Unless they give them less money, but
they say no,
include insurance.
If they say that we don't want to get in that cage, then they don't have to get in that cage.
Right.
There's no UFC without the fighters.
And I think it's going to affect them because it's going to be the quality of fighters you're going to have in there. Who's willing to, because Brian never missed the UFC anything for anything.
No, that was my
And when
stuff.
you hear him talk about, I don't even know who these people are. Brian be like, I don't even want to see that card. That already tells you you got some of your hardcore fans.
Because it was kind of a change of regard from what we originally remember from the early 2010 era.
And they probably had some beasts, but I just fell off because it just like those guys weren't getting paid. So they're like, Bellator is offering this and Strikeforce was offering that, and when Pride was out there.
But then they go over there and then they get their ass beat.
But then the fact they go over there and get their ass beat is one thing, but the fact they go over there and getting money that they deserve is another.
Like another thing. Okay, you saying you deserve money, Mighty Mouse. I told y'all he sucked all them years.
But he
was winning.
How did he suck?
What happened to him when he went over there?
Because he was
put to sleep.
But he was winning though. That was his second time fighting that
the reason he got put to sleep is because of the rules allowed that was not previously allowed in UFC. He got kneed in the face while he was down.
Oh yeah.
And kneel down opponent.
And you couldn't do that in UFC, so he wasn't protecting himself in normal scenarios.
Now he knows, and then he ended up beating the guy.
Yep.
Yeah, the boy kneed him while he was down. In normal circumstances, you don't get hit with that.
And he was even talking about, hold on, I'm gonna cut you off, but he was even talking about how even though he was a champion, he was getting paid less than the other champions.
They shitted on him, and don't deny him. No, he did his job. He did his job. He did his job.
He won.
Regardless of how he won, he did his job. They did not promote him. They did not pay him properly. All right.
No, the thing is,
and that's like the casual fan talking, like saying "fuck him" and he can't fight and he's boring. That's because they not doing it. Like if you got to train to get in that cage,
fights weren't spectacular. No, he did the same thing to everybody. Yeah. He put you on the ground, pinned your arm down, and hit you.
Yep.
That was the same thing every fight. That wasn't exciting. That wasn't exciting.
Same exact thing. It's the only thing he did that was exciting is try to jump kick Conor McGregor's peoples in the audience.
The only thing different from him is the people he was fighting. No. I'm not saying both of them. I'm saying if you give Khabib credit, you should give Mighty Mouse credit. The only difference is Mighty Mouse was fighting lesser known names. Khabib was fighting higher name, more famous names.
Yep.
I mean, you know what? Mighty Mouse is similar to me.
And that's not.
I'm just gonna say it's kind of like Mayweather. You didn't always like how he won, but he won.
Well, that's for sure.
And he went in there, he didn't like. I know for sure I ain't like how fucking Mayweather won. I'll be pissed.
Especially when he beat Zab Judah.
Yeah. Don't play with my actions. That's when the uncle was in there trying.
That fight got hood quick.
I mean, I say that it ain't Mighty Mouse's fault. He fought who they put in front of him. It might not have been inside because he definitely had fights that I watched that weren't all that exciting. But like his record, didn't he set records with
at the time he did.
That just got broken recently.
He ran
at the time he did.
I'll say he literally ran the table.
He was fighting people twice.
They had him pound for pound.
I'm gonna put that
in
more
like the top 3 ever.
I'm gonna put that more on. Dana White should have been trying to get in there and get more competition.
Maybe.
For him.
And also,
but Dana White did not like.
And also
his fights.
He didn't like his fights.
Didn't like his fights.
He didn't like his fights, but and also at the same time, he was having a hard time luring those guys that was at his weight class, that were stars other places, that was getting paid way more money and was getting taken care of by the company to come over to the UFC and fight him. By the time Ian McCall came over there to fight him, he had already lost like 2 fights outside the UFC.
Yeah.
But they just brought him in because of his name.
Right.
And then he came over there and got beat on.
Got dropped on. Yeah, he got no respect, man.
I know my baby Cyborg ain't lost since.
It's just a knockout.
That was a clean knockout.
She got caught.
I don't understand how you don't pay her and keep her in the year.
How old is she?
I don't know.
50.
Gotta be, right?
I think she's like
She old.
She 30 so
39,
bad.
38, 39.
50, man. She was in Bloodsport in 1988.
Speaking of Bloodsport, let's transition. Good transition.
See how I segued y'all to the next
That was a
topic?
smooth transition.
Good transition.
You're welcome.
Go ahead.
Because I was tired of talking about that. Thank you. You're welcome.
Bloodsport. I love Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, 35th anniversary of the release of Bloodsport. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
My favorite part.
What's up?
Say it. That's my part, man.
Nah, I just like when they.
I love that movie.
I love when
That's my favorite.
Jason watched the action movie?
I know, right? 80, yo, and saw it around that time too. It was still late, but around it, I saw it in the 90s. So.
Is that the one that put Jean-Claude on the map?
Of
I
course.
feel so.
No, I thought.
What did he do before that? Was there anything before that?
he did some.
No, he did that Falcon.
No retreat, no surrender,
that-
Black Eagle.
Was
And then
Kickboxer before or
Cyborg was
after?
before that.
Cyborg
wasn't
was
it?
after.
Cyborg,
That was after. Cyborg, Kickboxer, all that stuff was after.
Universal
Oh, no,
Soldier.
he left what's his name to do
Universal
that
Soldier.
movie, man.
Time
He left the
Cop.
Predator.
He left Predator to do that movie.
Okay, he left Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
So-
word was he got fired from. Well, he kind of quit it. So
He was supposed to be the Predator.
Yeah.
Right.
He wanted to show his face.
They keep
Yeah.
showing newer and newer pictures of when that was going down.
With him
That
in the
was,
outfit, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
That suit was ugly as fuck.
So
man.
tell me, you think they made the right decision the way they went, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. Because it probably wouldn't be what we have now if you had done that.
But I just
Blessing in disguise.
So yeah, I also keep mixing Bloodsport up all the time because 3 movies blend into me with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'm going to laugh, but I got to hear this.
Bloodsport
Okay.
and the one with the crate.
Kickboxer.
And kickboxing.
When he had to put the glass on his.
Sagat. I call him Sagat.
Tom Poe.
Yo, Taylor, I want to fly over this table so bad. Bro. 'Cause I don't know
You can't tell me they're
they're
not
not
the
the
same.
same movies, bro.
You
I'm
can't
about
tell
to
me.
fly over this table.
I'm talking about when I was younger and I would watch a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I had to see who the villain was to know which movie I'm talking about.
Okay, so
I didn't know about a name.
What's the third one?
Well, it's really just those two. The other movie is the one where they're twins and the one with Dennis Rodman. The one with Dennis Rodman and the one with twins.
Double
that
impact.
double
Double impact.
Double impact
And double
double
team.
team.
How-
See the double.
Double.
I'd be like, all right, I got to see which one this is because I'm a little kid at this time, and they both had double in the name. I just need to know if this the Dennis Rodman one or if this the twins one.
and
But I couldn't tell right off the rip.
And then Tavon was all messed up when Double Dragon came out. He was like, I can't take it.
Nah, Double Dragon was my shit. Double Dragon was my shit.
What about Double or Nothing? Did you get that? Double Jeopardy, all these double movies.
Double Jeopardy had the
shit.
chick in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Actually good.
it was one of
But
the
Bloodsport, I'd be like, oh, that's the one where he fought the. I'd be thinking about the not the main villain, but the way he got there, like the people he had to fight in between. Like, all right, so the monkey black dude.
Damn. Why you say it like that? You can't follow black dude and monkey.
But you know what I'm talking about. The monkey black dude, right? You know who I'm talking about, right? Exactly. That was in what? That was in a whole different movie.
That's Bloodsport. That's Bloodsport. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you got black people in kickboxer from.
No, there ain't no black folks in kickboxing.
The only one they
except
had
for
was
Owens
the dude
Boyd.
that drove.
No, see, this the other movie. He had a movie called The Quest.
Yeah, the Quest. Yeah,
There was a monkey black dude in The Quest. Or I'm mixing it up again. See?
Those are like
That's
10
Bloodsport.
years.
See, I'm mixing it up. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Bloodsport. It might even be more than 10 years.
The Quest. The
Bloodsport is
Quest.
96. Bloodsport was what, 88?
89.
But see, this is all pre-16 years old when I'm watching this. And so now me thinking about it, I done mixed all the villains up in different movies. I just know my boy Bolo was in Bloodsport. I know
Double
Sagat
Impact.
was in Kickboxer. I know the Twins. Double. See, damn.
But
Was
also,
it Double Impact or Double Team?
Bolo was in there.
Bolo was in one of them. He was in with the Twins. He was the one with the Twins.
Do you remember the fight scene with Dolph Lundgren?
It was the old dude.
Do you remember the fight scene with Dolph Lundgren and the one with Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Dolph Lundgren.
Mm-hmm. I'm messing with you.
Don't have me figure out.
All I remember in Double Impact was the damn tiger.
That's not even Double Impact. That's double charge.
Sorry, double team. Mickey Rourke. The double team. Oh yeah, it was Mickey Rourke. It was Mickey Rourke.
No, it was Bruce Willis actually.
It was Mickey Rourke. Now I remember. See, I gotta rewatch this stuff. I haven't watched this stuff since like 2000.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
What's wrong with that dude back in
I'm
the
gonna just
day,
need you not to say monkey black dude.
But you know who I was talking about. That's the craziest part. I'm talking.
You know who remind me of Blanca.
He did have a
Yeah,
little
Blanca.
bit to him, but
I didn't know Blink was that little though.
That was just the crawling around the style.
all right. So who did he fight in the Quest? Name some of the people he fought. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
I have to
The
watch
Quest
this.
is the horrible movie.
There
bro.
was some monkey. Either he might have been Asian though. It might have been a monkey Asian.
No, stop.
But the style was the monkey style. That's all I'm saying.
I can't remember. I don't even remember his name.
Me either.
I just remember the dude he fought at the end.
I
I
didn't
know it
watch
was
the
a
Quest.
big Mongolian looking guy.
Yeah.
That was the same
And I
guy
can't
from
remember.
the movie. What he fight him in besides that? He fought in something prior.
Crap. Was it Lionheart?
Yeah,
think
it was the same guy from Lionheart.
Okay.
And he fought in the Lionheart. Yeah,
Okay.
he just gained some weight.
lose.
That is low key my favorite Van Damme.
Is that where he had the mullet?
No,
That's bad.
That's time cop. That's time cop.
Hard target.
He had a mullet in that too.
He had a mullet and time copy.
You know what's crazy? He been out since the '80s, and that's still his highest grossing movie.
Time cop. See?
The highest grossing action movie at
That's
the time.
crazy.
See?
I mean, I don't count the Expendables 2 because he was pretty much the co-star, but him in the main credits.
He was a star. That's why they wouldn't see the movie.
Yeah, true, 100%. That's why I wanted to go see it.
That's why it's the highest grossing movie that they got.
Yo, John was that dude though back in the day. I said,
John
man,
Claude.
he was that guy.
Expendables too.
Yeah.
I remember going to his films growing up, man. It was an
event. It was an event.
That's why I felt so hurt with Tavon Sitter. You can't compare those
Again,
movies
I
to
haven't
each other.
seen it in so long.
I
that
thought it was
they
like to
starting
stand
blend
up
together.
and take Brian
start-
Chair and hit you with a coast to
And
coast, man.
it's not even the plot. It's not even the plot or who they fought at the end. It's more of I'm trying to remember little bits and pieces throughout the movie.
You guys-
So there was one where he's doing under the water shit because I remember when I was young, I was trying to go under the water. See, and then if you ask me if it was Bloodsport, I'd be like, damn, which one was it? I can't remember, but I know he was kicking the tree.
Kickboxing.
That's kickboxing. Yeah.
See,
Well,
and I'd be like, damn, was it Bloodsport or Kickboxing?
You
I be
can name
doing-
all that stuff. We can name it for you.
I say I'd be doing the same. It's just because I hadn't seen it so long, and now all this 20 years later, I'm trying to remember.
All right, so then who movie was this? They was beating up people in the butcher shop after they ran up on them.
What happened?
See, you don't know
Wait,
about them Steven Seagal movies, man.
You see, you make some different people. I was about to say, you mixing up John Woo films, man. What you talking about?
But no, on a serious note, Jean-Claude Van Damme's movies are the beginning of like the modern action films now. Because now in the modern action films, the hero got to get beat up in order for the movie to be
Was that a
considered
John
good.
Claude theme?
Yeah.
Where he got beat up?
Because he wasn't, before him, no one was getting beat up. And it only got, and it only got pointed out.
Rocky didn't get beat up?
I mean, that wasn't,
It's not considered action film.
Okay.
that's like more of a contemporary flick. But what's the name? Van Damme's movies, he was the only hero getting beat down. And the point got made when they started bringing out all of Steven Seagal's movies. Because in Steven Seagal's movies, I think it's like his first 8 movies, he never took a punch.
Got touched.
Yeah.
Did he get beat up in
Nope.
Tiny, not hard to kill?
He got shot.
What's the one with
He got shot. That's
Predator
Above
2.
the Law. Above the Law is his first John. And then he did Hard to Kill. And Hard to Kill, he got shot. He didn't get punched.
And then what about Alfred Just? He didn't get beat up on that?
Nope.
I thought he got
Nah, if you really watch his movies, watch him.
Nope.
He only got punched.
He got punched in The Glimmer Man. The Glimmer Man was the first time I seen him get hit.
and that was it.
The Glimmer Man. With
That
him
was
and Keenan
that was his
Ivory
first on-screen movie.
I forgot about that.
Damn.
When he fought Tommy Lee Jones and
Under Siege.
Under Siege. I'm sorry. The only hit he took in that was one the knife flipped his face. If you watch the flick, you'll see you're like, dang.
You go back and watch his films, he never got punched.
Jean-Claude was getting beat the fuck up. Yo, Dolph was beating his shit in, and Universal Soldier with that chair. I'm sorry, with the car door.
And then it was also like he was in his movies, like they were reality. Like if people that study martial arts that watch those movies, they be like, that's not real. But when he was making those movies, if a guy is standing that close to you and he hits you with a hook kick, you're not getting back up.
So
And
John Claude
you ain't getting
had like a signature jump spin kick in a lot of his movies, and they put that damn spin kick in Street Fighter. I was because I wanted to see him do his cycle kick, and he did do this, but before he did it, he did that damn John Claude spin.
It was a stuntman that did the flash.
It might have been in his contract.
You got to, man. You got to put
That's his signature. His signature.
If you watch any John Claude movie, he did that jumps. It's almost like a split in the air when he spin jump kick.
A spinning hook kick.
You already know when he coming back when they start playing the music.
Especially Bloodsport, man. Yo, hold on. I did watch this one video on YouTube, and they was talking about how Chun Li was nice enough to give him 15 minutes to recover from throwing the salt in his eyes. I said, oh man. I said, why they do this? He's like, I said, people paying too much attention.
All right, let's move on.
On one thing, they need to put Jean-Claude and John Wick.
Yeah.
I would love to see.
That's the last one he has on his list. He got everybody else.
I love to see that.
I would love to see him in there just for some odd reason.
Especially for him to end with.
He ain't gonna kill Wick.
Nah.
Well, I would love to see it though.
Yeah,
I like for it to be his best fight.
I really don't want Wick to die.
Me either.
But I do feel like it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
gotta
it's
kill
gonna
it
happen.
off.
I feel like
They
it's
can't.
gonna happen.
They can.
Or
They
not
not.
kill it over. Let him ride to the sunset.
Yeah.
Cause they still got the TV show coming and the
But it's a prequel.
spin-off.
It's a prequel.
And the
I know they
ballerina.
canceled one of those shows.
No, the Continental's still happening.
No, the one with the girl. I think they,
Oh, the ballerina.
They're
The
filming
ballerina.
They filming that right now.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started filming a month ago.
But even the Continental, I think, is a prequel series too.
Is it?
So
Oh, okay.
Because they only got the dude on there and the black dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Winston.
it's showing how
Yeah.
Winston got there. And all
Okay.
that other stuff.
They showing how the dude got his little spot.
His rod to power.
Let me find out Winston was a badass.
Well, you already saw that. The one
he
with.
is.
I had the shotgun.
Now you talking now. As much as I love his movies, now you talking about some movies that start to blend together.
Who?
Or the John Wick movies.
See, I
like
can't
action.
do that.
I love the action.
Part of me, I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan. Even though I know he's not the greatest actor, I'm gonna still ride for Keanu Reeves in anything. Like I don't care who you gonna pick, I'm still. But I'd rather rock with
I say
Keanu
you-
Reeves.
You play Speed right now. Watch that thing from the beginning to the end.
What if all the sequel, everything comes out and they hit us with the, y'all realize it was one continuous movie. We just let it, but like it's one continuous. It wasn't sequels. It was just one movie.
That would be
We had-
dope.
and it'd be like we had to break it up because we knew nobody was going to sit for 8 hours.
You
That'd
can
be
really say that.
Well, it's really chapters, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
So
one
book.
story.
So you can't
So,
really, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he
Are we gonna go with the?
let's move on.
The NBA low management. You want to say that for next week?
Wait, we'll save it.
Because they
We'll
still
save
gonna,
it.
they're gonna be low managed next week too. So.
It's the same story every year.
All right, so
Let's move on to.
I think all you got left.
All right, so let's move on to some movies, and
MCU.
particularly MCU movies, right?
Before we get into MCU,
What's up?
I heard some people say Cocaine Bear is pretty good, entertaining,
It was.
entertaining.
Snakes on a Plane gave this movie legs to walk.
Yep.
What would you rate it? 1 to 10. You can't pick 7.
I can't pick. I will say, see, because every time if I say something, I'm spoiled.
No
Give a
spoil
number.
the movie.
I just say give it a number. 1 to 10. Can't pick 7.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay, Brian.
Cocaine. I would give it a 6.
Okay, 6 closer to 7.
That'll be nice.
My guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you saw it too, Cat?
Nah. It just don't look like something for me to go sit down and watch.
I'm gonna wait till it come out.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll put, if you
Streaming or something.
the absurdity of it is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I heard it's surprisingly good enough to watch because how entertaining some parts are, but
it's
it's not bad. Where you're gonna be like,
bad.
damn, what am I here watching?
Why am I, no.
Yeah,
It's not bad. I mean, if you watch it and see what's going on with it, you're like, oh, okay.
And it was number 2 this weekend.
It reminds me, it's a black comedy. I mean, it reminds me like Donnie Darko a little bit.
And this is his last this is his last movie.
Yeah, Ray Liotta's last one.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in that. Yeah.
And before you get to MCU, I'm gonna go peep out the Megan unrated cut because I like.
I
like
watched
Megan.
that.
I
watched it.
It's on Peacock now, right?
Yeah.
I might watch that tomorrow.
Were you not entertained?
And you know what?
It was crazy,
It
right?
was better than I thought.
I just
It
want
was
to see.
better
I just
than
want to
I
see
thought.
what she get her dance on. I don't see that part.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be
I
like
watched
some
that.
generic, just you know how every year or so they put out some random
Yeah.
scary movie, and it ain't really scary. It's
This
just
one
a
was
generic
actually
plot. They integrated the story better than I thought they were gonna do. Just they didn't give it like, all right, here's generic plot, go. They did
I want to
I
see
liked it.
it.
It was like
Yeah.
I was halfway through and I was like, yo,
enough to make you pay attention and keep up with it.
because I was
Halfway
halfway through
for
it.
them to green light that sequel that quick.
Well, they gonna make
Oh, so
another
yeah,
one?
Yeah,
it was good.
2025.
It was good.
Gee.
Yeah, I was halfway through. I was like, yo,
Bloomhouse.
I think I really like this. I think I really like this movie.
I'll watch another one. I'll watch another
I
one.
definitely would.
Yep. I'll watch another
Yo,
one.
my parts in
Shout
the
out to
woods when she was
Bloomhouse.
after the boy.
They're making a video game section, Bloomhouse. They're
Really?
trying to get into horror video games.
Should.
I gotta
Should.
play the Bloomhouse right now. I'm gonna say it right in front of this camera. They gotta make a sequel to Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Y'all never
That was
seen
Blumhouse.
Yeah, Blumhouse.
Oh,
did that.
is that the one with the dude who was like
Oh, body parts.
body, like he was
Yeah.
like had a,
That-
it was like first person.
No, well, not really. He got an AI put in him,
The base,
and he just like gave it control. And I don't, you know what? Though? I only saw it the one time. I don't remember.
See, I'm
watched
thinking
it.
of something else. I'm
Nah,
thinking of something
nah,
where
it's
the
good.
It's
dude,
definitely really good.
where it was first person and he was doing a bunch of wild shit, and it was the British actor
That was Upgrade, wasn't it?
No, you thinking about Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I know what you're talking. I never saw all of it.
I think that
Maybe I
motion
didn't see it.
sickness.
Maybe I didn't see Upgrade then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
I know
from
who's
Call
in
of Duty.
Upgrade. He was in on
all-
the Aliens Prometheus. He was in Prometheus, and he looks Spanish almost.
No,
a
that
little bit,
wasn't him.
Short haircut.
No, he was in. If anything, I could think of that was recent. He was in the Spider-Man movie where he fought the Vulture.
It was good though.
His name is Logan something.
Logan Gordon Green. Don't.
Gordon Freeman or something like that.
But yeah. I'm definitely. If y'all haven't seen that,
Logan Marshall Green.
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yes, he was in Prometheus. Yep,
Was
I
he?
know who you're talking about. Logan Marshall Green. Yes, he was.
Oh, that's right. He was the one guy that got it. In the,
He got it first.
Okay.
Yep,
yeah.
yep,
All right.
yep.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never seen that?
I only saw Prometheus once.
Tell you what, you never seen that season?
I didn't see Upgrade.
Why
No,
was Reptile full of cockroaches?
I don't know.
because he was eating. Because he was a reptile.
Yeah, but they should be dead inside of the body.
No,
I don't know.
that's gonna be one.
You're supposed to be digesting them, not letting them live inside.
That movie came out in 2018.
That's gonna be one nasty shit afterwards.
Um,
But yeah, watch. But watch that joint though. It is good.
Yeah, it was Bloomhouse though.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's real good though.
I'll check it up. So yeah,
It might
Last
have been one
week,
of his first ones too.
we did a non-spoiler review of Ant-Man. Obviously, we got an introduction to Kang. Do y'all want to start with talking about Kang first, or you want to talk about Ant-Man 3 spoiler verse? Spoiler first.
Can we? Oh, I can talk now.
All right, you know what? Let's start with the spoiler review of Ant-Man. So everybody watching who has not seen Ant-Man and don't want to get spoiled on our spoiler review, you can watch last week's episode where we didn't really get into any details and got our opinions on it. But right now we're going to discuss some things that happened in the movie and
We don't
spoiler warning. So turn away now.
and we'll see you next week.
And yes, we'll see you next week.
Or just mute your TV.
Watch this podcast. All right. So who wants to start this? I think Corey, you didn't see it last week, so I'm gonna ask you first. 1 through 10, you can give a 7. Where do you rank Ant-Man 3?
Like a 6, 5.5. I wasn't. I mean, Kane. He did his thing.
Right.
To me, nah.
Okay.
I never liked none of the Ant-Man films.
Oh, see, okay, then that's a little different. I think we all gave 7 minus Corey, so we're gonna give a 6. All right, we're gonna give you a 6. We'll average that out to what, a 6 point? Well, 6.7. We'll average out to a 6.7.
Like 6.8, 6.9 still for you.
So, favorite parts, Ant-Man. Anybody want to start?
I'll start. Kang. I mean, Kang was good. Jonathan Majors crushed that part. I think he was probably like the bright part of the movie that saved the movie. The whole thing kind of reminded me of like The Fifth Element.
I kind of see that. I got a couple different feelings, but go ahead.
You say Fifth Element, and I would say some of it was like Star Wars influence.
I got a Star Wars vibe. Yeah.
I respect the fact that they tried to do something different with it. I mean, and then you see Paul Rudd's comedy playing off of Jonathan Major's seriousness. That's where it drew me in, just seeing two different like personalities go at it. I mean, even though some people really didn't like the fact that Kang's first introduction of his badassery was against a hero like
a low level
dude, but I think it kind of needed it just to show the seriousness of who Kang was.
Well, I definitely think it would fit for Ant-Man, being he's the one that did the whole time, that enabled the time travel. Loki, obviously, but Jason, Brian, I want to give y'all.
Go ahead, Jason.
Okay. Like I said last week, it was very Star Wars-ish, Star Wars-esque to me, which I didn't think was particularly a bad thing, but it just kind of felt a little weird, you know. And I'm a big fan of Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie, and it really gave me vibes just with all the different creatures and the different inhabitants and the different people, quote unquote people that you're meeting throughout, and you don't know who to trust, and it just, especially when what's my man's name?
Was it Bill Murray?
Yeah, when Bill Murray's character came in, it felt almost like
the black guy.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah. Not the black monkey, but I got you.
But yeah, it felt a lot like his character. Like, you're friends, but you don't know if you trust them.
Right.
So it has super Star Wars vibes, which, you know, was cool, but at the same time felt a little weird, a little off. I'm super disappointed that Michael Pena wasn't in there. You already know that.
And that came up a lot when I was here.
I mean, I see.
I
see why he wasn't in there, but still, you could put him in there.
Right.
Kang was obviously the star. Like, every time he was on the screen, you were captivated by whatever he was saying, whatever he was doing. That was, like, hands down, he was the star of the movie. He was the high point. So I had no issue with him. The action was cool. I enjoyed the action. The action sequences, they were good. I like that it got a little dark, more dark than the other. Well, I've only seen Ant-Man 2. I didn't see part 1. I saw 2 with Brian.
Okay.
So that's the only other Ant-Man movie I've seen. But from the vibe of it, it was a lot darker.
Yeah.
It was a lot that I felt could have been kind of cut out. You know, we didn't need everything in there, but it's in there, so you gotta watch it. I gave it a solid 7.
Okay.
It was a good time for the most part. So,
Brian,
like I'm with y'all. I gave it a 7. I can't go no higher. And I think that like when people were complaining, like saying it was like Star Wars vibes, I just think that the writer just wanted to pay homage to those movies because he liked them. So it's like one of them things where it's like, this is my creative opportunity to show my love for that in a way that was supposed to have been, different from what we've already seen. Because before that, no one was supposed to have been in the quantum realm. There weren't supposed to be people there. It was only supposed to have been Janet down there, right?
So
that's I think that was their way of trying to like backdrop something in there, and it probably wasn't necessary. I think you could have got to the same spot.
I think you could have got.
You could have got to where they were going without that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really love the fact that they use Kang against Ant-Man, because I think that if you want to introduce an opposing force, you have to put him up against something that you know that he will easily crush. But when you have him against something like that, the person that he's supposed to beat on has to be able to put up a fight, which he did to make it look convincing. I personally think they should have took the risk of killing off Scott Lang. I think they should have killed Scott Lang in that movie. But also, at the same time, it's like you can't really kill off him, because then who is going to be the person that's going to be warning folks about what's coming next? So I give it a 7. I'm like Jason. I think it could have been a little shorter. And the one thing that really bothered me the most about Ant-Man was the fact that they still made it Ant-Man-ish. Like, I think the moment him and Kang were together, the whole tone of the movie should have shifted towards that. Because, like, in No Way Home, it went from being, Spider-Man making jokes about the people, like Dr. Octopus's real name and all that stuff. All those things were funny, but the moment his aunt died, it got serious, and there wasn't no more joking around.
Right,
it was all about getting, to the end of that movie and taking them people out. I think that should have happened with that one.
Yeah,
I think it was a missed opportunity to show Ant-Man can be serious.
I could agree with that.
And that's why I can't go no higher than a 7. If
Somebody should have caught it, though.
Yeah.
If he was going to, if he would have gotten serious and he wouldn't have been like when he got big at the end, when he was trying to run over to stop Kang's rings from going, now he was saying some things that was kind of like 90s dialogue to me. So I'm like, if you cut that part out and you just have him wanting to fight him, it makes it gives it more of a like, oh snap, like he's serious. Now he really wants to fight this guy. But I think they missed that opportunity to make Scott Lang's character make me want to care about what happens to him even more. What
Go
he
through
does
something
now,
and see his growth from that,
or kill him, or they could have killed him off. Not that I don't like the character, but I think that if you want to make that Kang Dynasty movie a lot bigger, you kill the Ant-Man.
I agree.
I think it happens in the next film.
I mean, because you had 4 people go in there, so you had
And
you had the 4 of them.
Yeah.
4 of them came out.
We
and my
could have done
argument,
off one of them.
and I thought it was going to be the mother.
I thought
Janet.
Or
at
it was
least-
going to be the mom. Or
I thought it was going to be the
Hank.
mother.
Or at least have one of them stuck there.
Yeah,
I thought that somebody had to die.
and they
died or stuck there. It's either or, but you had everybody come home, and it was. We killed
and they
Kang.
underutilized the Wasp.
Yeah, she probably
wasn't
could have
even
died
in it
too.
a lot, though.
Yeah. I do agree with all you guys' points. I think by them not I think them making this world exist kind of took away from the seriousness, as well as it just took away from the movie. I think you could have, like you said, still got this plot with not a world being there, just by them returning, Kang being there, and be like, who the fuck are you? How'd you get here? And him explaining, even lying, saying how he got there, just to you, for you to find out. You helping him get out. Everybody's trying to get out, right? And y'all helping each other, just for you to find out he been lying the whole time, and this is who he really is.
Yep.
And that's what I was
Then
gonna
that
say.
would have hit. And then say the mother died or Hank died, then you'd be like, damn, we just lost somebody and we helped him get out.
It makes him look more formidable.
You'd be like, what the fuck did
And
we just do?
They did introduce Kang right in this, though. I will give them that.
Yeah, but he could have been in the movie
So
the
much
whole
more.
way,
He could have been so much more.
helping everybody. Maybe you do encounter some unintelligent life down there, right? Maybe you whatever. But y'all could have had this whole story where you thought Kang was the good guy, you thought he was helping, but in the end, the last act, you see the real him.
And even I'm okay.
And now
with-
you're trying to stop him from getting out.
I'm okay with
Somebody
the
dies, saying trying to prevent him getting out. Somebody has to die to prevent him from getting out.
I'm okay with the subatomic people because
I just didn't get it. It
just
took
think-
away. It
not
took away.
not the
It
not
took
the
away.
people that can speak English
It
and
was,
all that.
It was you don't like cannon fodder,
I don't.
and that was all they were.
But
The only people that got murked in this movie was those people.
people that don't matter.
the people that don't matter. The only real person that died was the dude with the head that had the blast.
Yeah, because they tried to make us care about my man.
And nobody cared about him.
Got a face.
I knew from the moment he got there, I thought he was going to die earlier.
Yeah.
That he's going to die.
But but it's also interesting, right? Just think about like there are certain places in the world we can't go, right? Because they don't want people to harm the ecosystem and all that.
The Amazon.
Okay.
Not like the Amazon, the Sentinelese people, and also like I forgot, it's like a place in
There's other
Iceland that they found like a tomato growing. They like, we got to hurry up and get rid of it because it's going to destroy what we're preserving and all that.
Okay.
Now say, because of Janet Van Dyne being down there, us being humans, we carry diseases, we carry all kinds of things that come off of our skin and whatnot, and her leaving produces some of that stuff. So all of that is like offspring of her. I would have tried to include that. It makes it more real life. So I would have done something around that line. But I'm not going to have them drink something, and then they can all of a sudden understand what people are saying.
The extra characters were a little too much, and it did give a Star Wars vibe that they were trying to do with that. I think it could have been cut out, save some time in the movie, use that time to flesh out Jonathan Majors, use that time to flesh out the bond between the daughter and Scott. Use that time to even flesh out the missing time between
the mom and her.
Hank Pym and the mother, right?
It seemed like they were like secondary characters. They didn't really matter in the movie.
Yeah.
And find out she down there shagging
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
So
I think you could have done that, and it would have made this a stronger movie. It also introduced a lot of plot holes by doing this.
Yeah.
How is it that Scott was down there and didn't see nothing? Remember, Scott got locked in there, right?
Yeah,
and didn't see none of this
for 5 hours or something like that, right? When it was 5 hours for him,
and now, okay, so 5 years is 5 hours for him. But how was it for Janet?
Yeah,
she was down here for years, but it was really only 30 years.
They changed the rules,
so the time changed for her, but didn't change. But it wasn't the time. Yeah, the same time frame.
It was a different quantum.
And he even like they try to clear that up.
So Janet was here for 30 hours and already hooked up with Jonathan Majors and Bill Murray for 30. Damn, bitch, you couldn't wait.
But I think they try to like they try to clean it up by saying, hey, if you go watch Endgame. And when he was saying anything's possible in the quantum realm, that's supposed to be like the fix-all. And really what it is they didn't have an idea for it.
But all that could have been cleared up by not introducing those people.
100%. Yep.
You would have had a stronger case for Kang. You would have had a stronger case for the bond between everybody. You would have had a stronger case for, oh, shit, what did we just do? And things would have felt heavier.
Yep.
And it felt briefly heavy, but it was even made to a joke when he said, "Oh shit, did I let out all the other ones?"
What kind of
and then it made it into a joke again.
That's what took me out of it. That right there.
It was too Ant-Man-ish.
And I agree, it should have took a tone shift at some point in the movie and stayed that way.
Because the trailer made you think
it was going to be
that it was going to be like that. And I think they've been hearing that a lot from Marvel, talking about their trailers have been too misconceiving for people.
Also, something is going on recently with these more animated movies are not doing it.
Yeah. I think it's practical's better.
It's something with this animation that Marvel got in the last couple movies are subpar. I'm not gonna lie.
They tried
that Thor with Heimdall's son looked terrible.
Oh,
remember that? But I'm gonna send it to y'all in the chat real quick.
I seen that. They
that looked terrible. And honestly, this movie.
They ain't paying.
Ain't really.
They said Marvel's rushing.
Something is changing.
What about MODOK?
You know what? I did not hate MODOK.
I wanted to, but I
didn't hate it. The animation wasn't great.
He made me laugh.
But I did not hate MODOK. I'm okay with the changes that they made. I'll live with that. I'll live with that.
I liked him.
Oh, okay.
He was dope.
Yeah, he made me laugh.
I didn't need to see his behind.
Yeah.
Now you know what? Speaking of that should have been where the jokes ended. When he said, I just noticed the baby legs, and when Kang walked in,
that was funny.
That right there should have been the end of all the jokes.
But Kang even made that moment harder.
He said, "Speak when spoken to."
And
no, I thought I told you not to speak when I'm in the room.
And
that was a hard.
They did try to make it where every time the scenes were Kang, but you can't go back and forth like that. It takes away from one or the other, and now you're stuck in the middle. And this is why we're giving it. It's still a solid 7
it's
because
unnecessary tone shifts.
you kept changing the tone the whole movie, and we don't know how strong. We don't know how to rate Kang because all the other stuff outside the movie, we were like, all right, is he really up here? Is he down? Is he kind of somewhere down here? You couldn't really tell. He only beat up the characters we don't care about.
Right.
The Wasp got him at the end. I don't know. I think we all agree with the 7. I do think we all agreed that the writing should have changed and some of the characters should have been taken out. And I think that's what we all agree on. Yes.
The minute Kang came out, that should have been.
I think they could have went a little bit more into his. I think he should have been a smidge more menacing.
No.
And I think.
I just think it's slow.
I don't.
Yes, they don't want to give too much up front.
Slow
And I
burn.
get that. I do get that because I do think, which leads into one of my theories, this Kang is returning. The Kang that died in this movie.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Or whatever
He's the
is
one.
returning.
He's the one they was most afraid of.
I think the one that's the most menacing is, well, they even confirmed, the writer confirmed, the strongest Kang variant is He Who Remains.
Yeah, I seen.
He was the
yeah.
one that was able to keep the rest of them in check. The rest of them can't keep each other in check.
Yeah.
Now, the second in command is this variant Kang, which they all had to team up and
Get rid of.
get rid of.
Okay.
Lock him down.
With that being said,
Got that man dying on Black History.
I have a theory of how this Kang returns.
Okay.
Just from Shang-Chi. And I've been wondering where this after credit from Shang-Chi was going to go. Shang-Chi's after credit was exploring his rings. It was Wong, Bruce Banner, and somebody else. And I'm looking.
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they're saying the signal, right?
Right? They saying these rings are really old and it's sending a signal. My theory is when Kang got warped into the thing, he got sent into the past. He is doing the same thing that basically happened where they're sending a signal out. Same thing that MODOK was doing, sending a signal out. And Shang-Chi 2 or wherever, this is why they kept saying Shang-Chi's going to have a role and he's going to fight. They kept saying Shang-Chi's going to fight Jonathan Majors. Is because Shang-Chi's rings are going to release Kang the Conqueror back out.
Because apparently
His rings, and if you notice, the rings
was like the shape of his
are the
hand.
shapes of his rings.
His rings. Yeah.
Yep.
And they've already said he's in that movie. Like the main villain for Shang-Chi 2 is Kang.
It's going to be Kang. See? And
they're speeding that
I just
movie
got
up.
goosebumps thinking about that one, man.
Shang-Chi's rings
Side
are
note.
tied into the technology from Kang the
Yeah,
Conqueror.
apparently
I
they
love
moved
this ending.
Wakanda.
Yeah. I love that.
Oh, with him coming back.
Everybody happy.
I was mad when they recast it. When they came back out with 2, and I'm like, oh, and then Johnny Cage was like, I'm like, damn.
Because he because Lyndon Ashley didn't like the movie. He was like, I don't like
Yeah,
the
they
movie. I
killed
ain't
him.
coming
And
back.
then Sonya was different, right?
all
Sonya.
of them were different except for Liu Kang.
No, Liu Kang was yeah. Jade was different.
Oh no! Katana was the same.
I'm sorry,
Katana was the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
It
whitewashed
pissed
that.
me off when they came back out with that second one. But either way, I digress. Yeah, so that is my theory. Shang-Chi will unleash Kang the Conqueror back into the world.
And they're both in San Francisco.
So that's going to be interesting in itself.
See?
They both are in San
See?
Francisco.
See?
Yep.
And then that will then lead into all the other shit because I think Kang Dynasty is going to be about the Council of Kangs.
But apparently,
More than
I guess
anything,
one
but-
of the writers who wrote it basically said that there are going to be some deaths in this Avengers film.
Because he knew he
And
missed
so
the first
now
go around.
let's talk about the future, right? So
Well,
I do think somebody has to die.
They said
We're gonna talk about the,
2 of them supposed to be
talk
getting
about the post credit scenes. I mean, if we're gonna move on.
So we did get 2 post-credit scenes in Ant-Man. The first one, what was the first?
The first one was the one you already talked about.
Council.
The council.
Okay.
The Council of Kangs, right? We got the Ramen Tut Kang, Immortus Kang, which seems like to be the leader, and then a future variant, which you can't really tell if it's which one that is. It's just a future cyborg looking version of Kang, which I'm sure they'll explain later on. And that led to the Council of Kangs comic book scene that they recreated.
That was I will give them that. That was spot on how they did
Yeah,
that.
that was good. then led into the second credit being a Loki teaser, I guess you could say, for the second season of Loki, which looks like is also going to be tied into finding the variants that they technically Loki did this shit. Didn't start his multiverse. Sylvie and Loki.
But also that also raises the question of this too: was Kang always going to be coming? Like even if Loki, he doesn't. If he who remains
focus was keeping the multiverses from spawning, so he kept everything in check.
So do you think that there's a story to be told where even though because he said he knew everything was going to happen, right? He's seen it all.
He only seen it to a certain point, and that's when Loki's final episode, he said, "This is the point where I have seen to. I don't know what happens after this, so it's up to you guys to help determine the future."
So now, in my head, I'm trying to think. I'm like, okay, so what happens when he loses control? Because there's all these different factors that's starting to happen. People are starting to find how to get to the multiverse. Because no one had been to the multiverse before Loki, and then Loki got there. So what's to stop someone else from being able to get to the multiverse?
Well, I think part of the variant Kangs,
because you still got
their journey, or what's their reason why. Is because they said people are getting closer to the multiverse now. And that's why I'm saying part of why they're doing what they're doing is to prevent the chaos from going on. But inadvertently, this is also affecting Doctor Strange because he's been traveling multiverses. Who else? I thought somebody else was.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's because you got Loki. Because you got so many. You got so many different avenues that's happening. It's like, how does he stop it? Because you got Shang-Chi's ring sending a message. You got Loki messing it up. And you also got Doctor Strange messing it up because of what happened with Spider-Man.
Well, I think Doctor Strange will tie directly into Kang's.
What's going on?
So whatever they do with Kang's is gonna Kang is gonna have a variant of Kang is gonna run into Doctor Strange for going into multiverses like that. They're gonna meet that way.
That's why that movie. Oh my god, that was a bigger missed opportunity than.
And they're gonna meet that way because I think it's already kind of known that they're gonna keep traveling multiverses in Doctor Strange because of the new chick with the collisions and stuff like that between the verses.
Incursions.
They
gotta stop having fun. I think the MCU is having fun. They gotta stop having fun and start tone change. Buckling down. They're gonna start losing people.
And something with this animation, I think, needs to get corrected.
Really. Well, they try to say that the animation department got shifted over to Wakanda Forever, opposed to that. I'm looking at that.
Do you see that?
Neither one of your movies.
But Wakanda Forever still felt grounded.
Yeah.
And maybe because they don't have the fantastical bullshit. But we talking about a dude with wings on his feet in water, out of water, fighting another nation led by a woman in a panther outfit. And regardless of what you want to say about Doctor Strange didn't have to get too fantastical. They just had to go to different multiverses. The only other really thing you needed to show was them going through a universe, whatever. And once you get into another world, it should still look.
And we already know
a grounded reality, right?
And we already know that the stuff that they were doing in Doctor Strange.
But even when you can buy that
offline for $80. Right
when Wanda
now.
was flying in some of the scenes, it looked like she just had the strings and was going. I was like, damn. Christopher Reeves looked better than this when he was in. After the horse, he was looking. After the horse, he was looking better than that.
How much of this the table?
I didn't have enough. But yeah, they definitely got some stuff they need to work on. And apparently, the writer of Ant-Man is the writer of Kang Dynasty.
That's what's scaring a lot of people.
So hopefully, he's seeing these reviews and seeing like, yo, I do need to step this up.
I think that's why he said that that's the first thing he come out and said when he got rehired is that Kang's going to kill a lot of people.
Okay,
because he knows this one was supposed to happen already.
But the tone shift needs to happen. And
I think Mark, I just hate it.
I get the slow burn, but you also got the MCU is so wide, and there's so many more people that are coming that you need to give these people a reason. Because You just unceremoniously
But-
killed Iron Man and Black Widow in your biggest movie.
The
should've-
reason
hit
also,
big, too.
I think the reason also is we've been on a 2-year
It is.
wait period.
Yeah.
Since Endgame ended, we've been on a just wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come, and we waited. We thought Thor was gonna get it. No, we thought Doctor Strange was gonna get it. No, we thought Ant-Man was gonna get it. Finally,
Hell no.
no. And so, like, all right, how much longer are you asking us to wait? Is you gonna say Blade? And I'm like, just give me something right now. So
you
we
know,
could,
the circumstances called for it, and rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But they had the courage to kill off Black Panther when they could have recasted him.
yeah.
So I think it's all in the creative and what you want to do. Me personally,
I'm hoping Black Panther opened their eyes
Mm-hmm.
on how to attack certain things in the next phase, and not in the terms of what's happening, but the terms of the writing, the seriousness that I felt in Black Panther made it so much more emotionally attached because of
We all knew
the tone of the movie. If they can keep that energy and that writing energy in some of these movies, again, the tone of Ant-Man could have changed Ant-Man drastically.
Yep.
If you'd have took, like we said, certain things out, incorporated some other things, Ant-Man would have been like, damn, you could have left Ant-Man crying.
Yep.
If you really wanted to, you could have left Ant-Man crying.
That head stomp, those 2 head stomps.
But they're playing it safe, and at some point we
I
got to
don't
say
like-
we got to take chances. I feel like
that's something that I don't like.
If he'd have
they
left,
do need a tone change.
if he'd have left Ant-Man begging for mercy, and him running to that the portal to get out of there, and he couldn't stop him from getting out of there. Like you said,
I would
it'd
have
been
left it where we just barely escaped, and we don't know if he is still around or not. And everybody would have been back paranoid as hell, back in normal, back in the normal world, not happy again.
Yo, but
We'd have been, we got to get everybody.
But the one part I did like is when Kang came down and just started tearing that asses.
But
up.
even then, he only beat CGI.
I know. I'm
It
just
was
saying,
so.
I'm just saying.
And also, what kills me, and this is not
It
even,
was just
it's not even
CGI
a,
people he beat. Let me see what he can really do. Let me see him whoop his ass real quick.
and this is not just the MCU problem. It is a film problem in general. Kang came down, right? Started shooting people. They was dissolved as soon as he hit them, right?
I know what you're saying.
He shoot at Ant-Man and all, and
They
they just
didn't
fall
dissolve,
over and
yeah,
get back up.
yeah.
Like that kills me every time. Every time, like that is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Be like, maybe it was something in their earthly makeup.
The DNA was different. We're not from here.
That gets me every time, and that's been a problem for a long time.
It wasn't calibrated to the right frequency.
Oh, shit. It was because he was up high. That's devastating to me, man. Like that to me just shows lazy writing. Like they should be dodging gunfire, not taking it to the chest and being able to fight again. And you just dissolved everybody prior to that.
Kang,
All right.
how you send that?
Yeah. So
Kang got off some one-liners. So.
yeah,
When he
I don't
told
have no
him,
problem
you
with
could just
Kang.
let me. You could go home. You could
Yeah.
have went home. Bitch, you could have went home. Like,
But I'm wondering. I'm just off.
Let me take you home.
I'm just wondering how much influence Paul Rudd had.
A lot, because he helped co-write. He's helped co-write all 3 of them.
Because I'm wondering if he was the one that was adding in all the jokes.
Probably.
He probably helped with the jokes, but
That's,
again, the jokes are okay. But I agree, Brian. The tone shift should have happened during the movie.
Well,
just like
100%.
the third act could have flipped in.
Yeah, and I think that's where I kind of like my story, where we could have had the jokes all 2/3 of the movie, but once you realize he ain't who he say he is, that's when the whole shift of the thing. And we'll leave it at that.
still
We're at
gonna
an
see it
hour
again.
37,
I'm gonna see it
so
again.
let's go ahead and start to wrap this up. Any final words? Any closing remarks? Ant-Man, anything else we talked about today you want to get off your chest while we're here? I know you're gonna bring up Drake again, but just let it go.
I forgot all about that.
Let it go.
I forgot we
He responded good. No, I was actually gonna say, is anybody gonna see Creed 3 this week?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go see it Saturday.
I might wait. I would
It,
say.
it actually is getting good reviews.
I might wait.
I didn't see
Why,
part 2.
Michael B. Jordan?
I didn't see part
Is that
2.
why?
I guess.
I mean, all on serious tip, they are saying this is actually
The best out of
best
the
one.
best
3.
one out of the 3.
I didn't see the first 2 in theaters.
I was part 2.
No,
I
I
didn't see
watched.
part
I
2.
waited till they
2
came
was
out.
okay, but
Because that's when he fought
Drago.
2 was okay.
yeah.
But do you remember?
I mean,
But they
Do you remember it really?
Which one? Creed 2?
Any of them? Do you really remember?
I like the first one though.
Tavon ain't shit. His face when he said it.
They just are movies.
I like
They not Rocky. They not.
I don't
Like
really remember the Rocky movies. Mine's the fourth one.
I remember Rocky.
Rocky 3 is my favorite.
I remember Rocky 1.
I remember Rocky 4.
Avi Jago. And I remember the one where he fought the younger boy when he was neglecting his son.
Tommy Morrison.
Yeah.
Or Tommy
Yeah,
Gunn.
Tommy whatever.
Have I ever told you about that one?
No.
Yo, that speech that Adrian's giving him in the street when they're talking after Tommy goes off with the fake ass Don King on Christmas, and then Rocky's in the streets like, ugh, and then she's out there talking to him on the street. Yo, I don't know what it is about that scene. Every single time I watch, I'll be like, damn. Tears drop all out.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
It ain't even a dad neglecting his son, because my dad in my life and shit. I'm still like, oh. I'll be like,
It just hit hard. You feel
That's a good one.
it's that part where she's like, you know, Ninja, your son. For God's sakes, Rocky, your son is lost. I'll be like, he's lost though.
And then he go on and it's like, if you know what your work is, like you gotta take the hit.
Yo, he wasn't
Yeah.
ugly crying though.
But the crazy part is, I think that's the only Rocky movie where he doesn't actually fight in the ring.
Oh really?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
It is
the whole
only
movie.
But that boy was in the streets.
Nah, he
That
don't
boy was
fight
in the
ring.
streets
That was a Philly street.
whooping his
He
ass.
already said, man. He said I only
Well,
fight in the
oh,
ring.
he
The
said
ring's
ring's
outside.
outside.
My ring outside. So he did fight in the ring.
Yo, but that dude that was playing Don King was funny. You got a dog.
And
You lose your finish.
and you don't own me. R.I.P. to Tommy Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here.
Oh yeah, one more thing.
Go ahead.
I just want to say congratulations to my kids' basketball team today.
Yes.
They went undefeated.
Yes.
And they won their little I-9 championship today.
Okay.
So I told them I would acknowledge that on here today. So
right.
good job.
Good job.
Baby.
Y'all did y'all thing today.
Good job, guys.
Nah, I could be Jason's Kane right on the court. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Stomp the basketball.
Episode 27 in the books. The Watchers Podcast. WATCHERZ Podcast. Tavon Tri-State Tip on Instagram.
Tiger Helly 19 on the IGZ. The Snaps. Jason Williams on the Facebook. Marshall, you're going to have to answer JC on. All right. All right. That's all.
All right. Champagne Poppy. No, I'm kidding.
My new Instagram handle.
I'm kidding. Julian Smith on Facebook, Damaging on Instagram.
Smitty Wood 365 on Instagram. What was that?
The bottle I had.
And the boy Corey, where they find you at, man?
Corey J on Instagram.
All right, fellas. Till next week, right?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Likes, comments, subscribe, all that good jazz. And we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Make sure you drink your water.